Hey everyone, and welcome to the Hemp Horticulture series. Today, we'll be showing you how to high-stress train your plants. High-stress training, otherwise known as supercropping, is similar to that of low-stress training in that both methods can be used to direct the growth of the stems to where you want it to grow. However, instead of restricting the growth of the plant slowly with the use of ties and strings, high-stress training waits for the stem to be more developed and firm before breaking the stem to bend it in the direction you want the stem to grow. This causes a high amount of stress to the plant and stops the growth as the plant focuses on repairing the stem from the break, which takes 1 to 2 weeks. Because of this, you can only use high-stress training in the vegetative stage, where the plant has time to recover, and you should only try this on a healthy plant, as a weak or sick plant might not be able to recover from the high amount of stress. This also doesn't work well for automatic plants, since there's no way to prolong the vegetative stage for these types. So far, this just sounds like a worse low-stress training, right? Well, not exactly, because by causing a high amount of planned stress to your plants, it creates a defensive response, which results in a bushier plant, which will produce larger yields, thanks to a hormonal response to the damage you cause. So by carefully bending the stems to damage their inner tissue, without breaking the outer stem wall so that the plant can heal itself, the new growth throughout the entire plant will benefit after the stems recover. So how does this work? As you can see here, the top of the plant is soft and flexible, so you can't high-stress train new growth. You'll have to move down at least 2 to 3 nodes, where the stem is more firm, but not so firm that it won't bend without a small amount of pressure. Now you can either first squeeze and twist the stem to break down the inner tissue without damaging the outer stem wall before bending the stem. And although this step isn't necessary, it does lower the chances of breaking the outer stem wall when bending it. Now that the internal structure of the stem is damaged, you can see that it's having a hard time holding the stem up on its own. And now, all you need to do is slowly bend the plant so that the stem forms a crease. Just be careful not to bend the stem so far that the outer walls break, which makes it much harder for the plant to recover. Here on the other stem, I'm bending it without squeezing it first, and it bent just fine. Although for this example, I'm purposefully bending it so far that I damaged the outer stem wall. And as you can see, the broken stem, while still mostly attached, is completely hanging down, which means that instead of breaking the stem, I bent it too far and snapped it in half. If this happens, as long as the stem didn't snap off, you can recover the mistake with a little bit of duct tape to keep both sides of the bent stem attached to each other. Now, you'll just need to wait 1 to 2 weeks for the stem to recover, and when it does, a knuckle will form where the stem was bent as the stem reaches full recovery. Also be sure after bending the plant that you tie down the bent stem, as they will slowly try to adjust back to its original position while it recovers. Here you can see 2 plants that have been bent. And with the plant on the left, I tied the plant stems down after they were bent. And the one on the right was not tied down. And as you can see, over time, the stem that wasn't tied down almost completely moved back to its original position as it recovered. Finally, when supercropping, if your plant only has one main stem, then that's the stem you want to bend. If there are multiple top stems, for example from topping your plant, or from low stress training techniques, then you'll want to bend all of the top stems at the same place in height. High stress training is definitely one of the more daunting grow techniques. And while it's not necessary for a successful grow, it's just another tool in the toolbox of growing techniques available to choose from. And that's it. Like the content? Then be sure to check out our beginner's guide to creating CBD products from scratch, available at Amazon in print and digital, with links in the description below. You can also find us at hempinapot.com.